Bam, welcome back. Hold on. All right. So you see, I have a wrap with a little bit of fat-free Ruffles, chips, and a wrap. Okay. My mom ate the other half. She left me this half. Let's see. I've never tried this one. I don't even know where this is from. It's bacon. It's a bacon Caesar salad wrap. So let's try it and see how we like it. She said it was good. She asked me if I ever tried it. Oh no, it's just protein and bacon. It looks like shredded up bacon. And then I'm just having Ruffles, okay? And this is, let me see how many carbs are in this. This has, oh shit, I dropped some bacon. Okay, so it has 10 grams of fat. It's a carb, so it's 580. And then it has no sugar. Oh wait, it does. Fat is 24. No mind, what did I say? Where's the sugar? Protein, vitamin E. Oh, sugar, there's 4 grams in it. Probably that's the bacon, because bacon is sweet. No, it says fat-free, so I'm confused. I don't know. I don't cut calories. I don't know. Anyways, so let's say grace and let's talk. And I need to cut calories, but let's talk. Dear God, bless this food, bless this time. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so your boy is like so pissed off today because I was telling you guys on Monday, today was my appointment. Well, yesterday, and see, I'm going to go take my license test. I took it in 2022, took it in 2021 during, the pandemic. But anyways, I don't know about it. Okay, so, and then we have cold here. So let's take the first bite and see if it needs anything added to it, if I need to add any sauce to it. Because, okay, you guys get the first bite, and then I'm going to take a bite. I'm not a fan of it. It tastes like a cafeteria or a hospital lunchroom type of food. Like they don't put no seasoning, nothing. And there's some big bites. My jaw is popping right now. So I'm going to talk to you guys about something, okay? Oh, you're going to see me in some new shirts. I got me some new shirts. I got me a green, a blue, a red, and a black. So they're coming. So, you almost see me in some new shirts. And, you'll see me in some new shirts. But, so, okay, let me talk before. Guys, okay, so, I told you guys my brother died. But he died by suicide. I'm not going to go into all the details or anything. But, and I probably won't even get paid for this, so I'm not going to monetize it, nothing, right? We'll just leave it off. How do I explain this to you guys? This is the second person in my life who died by suicide. Okay? And this is the second person. No, this is the third person. No, the fourth person who meant a lot to me to die. Literally, they're just gone. They're gone. There's no way to get them back. Life doesn't work like in the movies. There's no way to get them back. There's no way to get more time with them. There's nothing. My grandma died in 2015. My grandpa died in 2022. My girlfriend died literally a month apart. My brother died September 2nd of 2024. So literally, I've never had 2023, thank God, no one died. So I had one whole year being I was still devastated by my grandpa dying and holding my hand, literally holding my hand, taking his last breath. Then I have to move his body Never moved a body ever in a body bag. Never in my life. Never even seen a body bag except on the TV shows. They sent this tiny little lady to come pick up his body that day. It pissed me off so much. And my aunt and my uncle, because they said Matthew did not need to do that. But yes, it was hard to watch them zip him up. I never see his face. Well, I saw his face later, but have them zip him up and watch him take his last breath and his heart just stop and hold his hand and fall apart and cry with the nanny. So, Vanita, she was there, one of my closest friends, and my aunt. I never got over that. And then to watch my grandma do the same exact thing when, you know, she had she had a blood clot, she had a stroke, she was basically, whatever you want to call it, a vegetable, whatever you want to call it, right? She wasn't my grandma, right? They keep her on a respirator for, I want to say a week. It could be less, it could be more. I don't know. We went every single day. Thank God my sister had a lot of pull at that hospital because she worked there for so many years, from 2010 to 2022. May of 2022 when she retired and got a better position and moved. That hurt too. But being there and watching her take her last breath and hearing like that, trying to gasp for air, dramatized me. I hate hospitals for that. I hate it. But didn't end up in one in 2019. Anyways. But so my grandpa died on June 7th, 2022 at 2-something in the afternoon. I think it was like a Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember. And my birthday's that month, and my birthday sucked. I didn't want to do nothing for my birthday. Thank God, I bought a ticket to go to my sister that month. I was so thankful to go to my sister that month. Thank God. And in May of that year, I just got my son back. He messaged me on Instagram. He's like, "Hey, Matt, it's Angel." I was like, I think I was sitting right here and I got a DM and I looked at my phone and I'm like, Angel. And then I'm thinking like, is this one of my fans, like, or is this a troll? Is this someone that's just trying to play a trick on me? But then I was like, which Angel? And he's like, it's Corey's Angel. And I'm like, oh. And he's like, duh. And I'm like, oh shit, this kid's got an attitude. So, you know, I've already told you guys that story. So anyways, I had him. Then I left. I went to DC. We had my grandpa's funeral the 17th. Well, the 17th or the 6th? I think, no, the 19th. We had my grandpa's funeral the 19th. I went with my parents to, I went with my dad, my mom, and my aunt. My aunt asked me to go because my mom was just too much for her. And she wanted to snap. We went to the funeral home. We chose the casket, what suit we went him in. We did everything, right? My sister and me did the slideshow. Well, my sister did most of the slideshow. I just got her the pictures. But I knew he was going to die, so it was a different type of death. Like, I wasn't as emotional. I did cry. So she dies, or he dies. Cut to, you know, I'm still talking to Angel. I mean, we talk like every other day or something like that because he was playing video games so much. He didn't have a really good phone yet. And I think I got him the phone later that year. I don't know when I got him the phone. But anyway, so we would talk every day on Instagram. That was how we messaged each other. So we would just talk on Instagram every single day. All right. And I flew out on the 25th of December or June. My birthday was the next day. I flew out. My sister came down for the funeral. She was pregnant and all. She did not need to fly, but she did it for my grandpa. And I told her I would see her the next week because I was leaving out the next week. So I flew. That was hard. Then I go to DC. I stay up there for a while. I come back after July 5th. Oh, yeah. I come back after the 1st of July. Then my parents went up because my nephew was being born. My parents, my brother, my nephew and my niece, they drove up. They took a train. They drove up. They were going to Canada and all these fun places. And I didn't have a passport. My last time I had a passport was when I went to England. Oh, I got to tell you guys that story. I didn't tell you that one. Back in 2007, and your passport only lasts 10 years. So it expired in 2017, and my mom never got it renewed for me because she's like, he ain't going nowhere, and anyways, even though I asked her to do hers, when she did my dad's and hers, I said, can you do mine? But she didn't want to do it. Well, anyway, I didn't get renewed. So then my dad and me tried way before my grandpa even died because they knew they were going to take that trip. It was really quick, but because we were still kind of pandemic-ish, it took almost 3 months to get it done. And so I didn't get to go on the trip with them. So I ended up house sitting by myself in the same house my grandpa died in, still a little depressed and sad or whatever. And then they left July. I came back the 5th. They left July 9th or 10th. And they got on the train and they went all the way up to DC and then had fun up there in DC. And then my nephew was born when they were up there. So on July 11th, I don't remember that day. The day started. No. Okay, back up. So on on July 8th or 9th, 10th. It was 10th. July 10th. My girlfriend and me would talk here or there, but never fully just talk the whole day. She would call me randomly because she had Metro, and so whenever she had minutes, she would try to call me, but she mostly talked to Angel, and that was fine. That's her and her mom, and that's fine. That's your child, and that's your mom. I understand. And then for years, she'd want me to come hang out with them at the park to watch Angel skateboard, but I'm like, I can't just jump in a car and come see you. I wish to God I could have. So it was hard for me to get transportation. I'd have to do it the night before, but whatever. Right? So, cut through. She called me on the 10th. Matt, can you please come to the hospital? Please come to the hospital. You know I hate hospitals. You know I can't be locked in anywhere. I'm like, okay. So, and then this time it's 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, right? I'm like, why are you in there? I don't know. They said I got a spider bite. Something bit me, blah, 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 blah. They won't let me leave. I'm like, well, you need to stay if they won't let you leave. I'll come sit up there with you. It's fine. We'll stay up all night talking like we used to, right? So she's like, okay, hurry up. So I come out. I'm trying to see if I have any money just to get an Uber to the hospital. How much was it going to be? Whatever, right? So I get an Uber. I'm on my way to the hospital. I keep trying to call the room, asking them, is saying her name, blah, 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 blah. Come to find out, I don't know how she did it, but she got out of the hospital. So I get all the way there, and they're like, oh, she's been discharged. She was discharged an hour before you got there. Or no, 45 minutes. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm calling this random phone number she called me on. Try to see where she is, saying like, does she need an Uber ride? Blah, 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 whatever, right? Nothing. So then I come back home. Something when she called me told me you need to go to her. Like just something told me that this might be like the last time you talked to her, but I wasn't listening to that voice. And I listen to it now. And I come home. I message her on Messenger because I kept calling the number. I'm like, hey, I called the number. Hey, I came down there. You weren't there. What happened? What's going on? Crickets, 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 nothing. So then I don't think I was taking Tylenol at the time. So I must have just fell asleep. I don't know what time it was. So I fell asleep and I woke up to nothing. It was just a normal morning. I remember I talked to Angel a little bit before he got ready for school. He said goodbye. I'll call you as soon as I get home. I'm like, that's okay, fine, cool. And then I want to say by noon. I could be wrong about the times. Don't quote me on the times. And we're 16 minutes in. Let me get to my brother too. I'm sorry, guys. But anyways, so then my girlfriend's mother called me, who's like a mother to me, and I didn't answer because why didn't I answer? Was I working already? No, I was home. I didn't know whose number it was. That's what it was. I didn't know whose number it was because I haven't had her cell phone number in years, right? So I didn't know whose number it was, and it didn't come up, and so I didn't know. I think I was on the phone with my mom, just trying to see where they were at in Canada, and I think I was talking to family or whatever. So I don't remember if she left me a voicemail or texted me or messaged me and said, hey, Matt, we need to talk. Call me when you can. So I was like, okay. And then when I got off the phone with my mom, but then I looked at my my messages between me and Angel because I saw the message come across on my phone. Like on your screen when the message comes across, and it said, my mom's dead. I said, wait, what? So I text back, what happened? Call me. What happened? No answer. So he must have, I don't know if he found it at school, what was going on. He was in shock. He didn't answer the phone, right? So I'm freaking out. I'm trying to find out, is this real? I'm trying to find out, is this a joke? I'm trying to find out what happened. So then a good friend of mine and hers, Jody, I'm going to have her come on and tell a video, guys. Because she used to be homeless, but she used to hang out with Corey, and now she feeds the homeless, and her testimony is so amazing. So she calls me because she knew I loved Corey. She knew I did. From day one, she knew I loved her and Angel. So she calls me, and she used to go over because Corey was homeless, so she used to go help feed Corey and stuff, right? She calls me crying. Matt, she's dead. She's dead. They think it was an overdose. She's dead. And she's just screaming and crying. And I'm crying. I'm emotional. I'm shaking. I'm still trying to get a hold of Angel because I'm, trying to be there for him, listen to him. And then she's like, I'm going to call you right back. I'll call you right back. I got to get there. I got to get her stuff before the other homeless people take it or sell it or whatever. So she's like, I'll be right back. I'll call you right back. I'm like, okay. So I'm at shock. I'm literally at shock. I think I was sitting right here. And I might have made a video that day too. And I'm in shock, super, super in shock. And I'll never forget. I finally got a hold of him. He's crying. Angel's crying. So he's like, I'll call you when I get home. I'm like, okay. And then all I kept thinking about was him, and all I kept thinking about was my last words to her. And we were everything was fine. We weren't fighting. Nothing. It just was old times. And then her aunt Sarah, shout out to you, Sarah. Sarah calls me and we talk for like a good hour and we're sad together. And Sarah's just like, I was trying to get her to come stay with me. I was trying to get her just to get on her feet and come live with me. Come live with her. And they still don't know what happened, but the doctor, well, to me, I feel like the fire department and the police just said overdose because they think that everyone is normal. Anyone that's homeless is on something. But anyways, if I had the money, I would have investigated what really happened, but I didn't have the money. But that broke me, guys. That broke me because when I was with her, all three of us were doing stuff that we should have not been doing. All three of us were doing drugs that we never should have been doing. We were doing everything because we were all hurting. All of us, right? But I still loved her to death. And to this day, I still love her to death. And what's so funny, it's not funny, but it's sad and it's kind of pathetic to me in my head, is that I almost went 3 years before she did. I almost went in 2019 from a blood clot and pneumonia. And I talked to her when I was in the hospital. I talked to her when she saw me post on Instagram or on Facebook. She called me right away and said, "You can't go. You can't leave me." And I'm like, "We don't even talk." And she's like, "I know because I don't have a working phone." But she's like, and it makes me so emotional because she's like, "I always thought I would get my life together. You, me, and Angel would get a house together and live happily ever after and be happy. And we would grow old together." And that's what I always felt in my heart too. Even if we weren't dating or we were dating, we would just always be around each other, right? So anyway, I tell everyone in the chat, Corey passed away, she died. Oh my goodness, my mom called me, my sister called me, my aunt called me, my dad, like everybody called me when they found out because they knew how in love I was with her. And my aunt's like, no. My aunt Jack was like, no, you do not need to be by yourself. So she calls my uncle. They come and pick me up. They hang out with me for the day. I honestly didn't even take time. Like, I grieved on my own times. Like, I just was like numb. And then finally I talked to her mother and we just talked. And then I think like a few weeks later, I went out with Angel and his grandmother, who's Corey's mom. And we just talked and just had our moment. And I cherish that. And then cut to this year, as I was with God. Well, basically, I was walking with God. I said, God, I pray to you all the time. I try to. I don't do good. But I said, God, I can't take any more heartache. I can't. I was like crying in the shower. Just crying. I don't know how my parents didn't hear me. I'm literally just crying. This had to be May of this year, right? I'm just crying, right? Because I have moments when I'm hanging out with my son or talking to my son or different things and I'm seeing how much it affected him. And I'm just like crying. And then cut to September, right? This whole year has been shitty anyways, right? There's been so many fights. Like 2 weeks before we found out about my brother, 2 weeks before, there was a bad fight with me, my mom, and my dad, right? And I literally just wanted to be done. I was going to end it. I literally in the text message, I said, pray for me, I'm about to end it. And oh my God, my whole family, the people who cared about me went crazy. My cousin texted my aunt called me, my other aunt called me, my sister called me. 2 people never even called me, but it is what it is. It's fine. They were in their own place. But I tell my parents, I'm like, you would have lost 2 sons to suicide. I tell them. I don't even sugarcoat it. Because I want my mom to know what she's doing to me. I want her to know. I don't care. Send this video to her. I don't give up what anyone has to say. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't live my life, okay? Watch what you say to your children. You have to, because you can damage a person so, especially a really, really fragile person like I am. Everything hurts me. I don't even know why. And I used to be super strong and super strong. Anyway, so August was my brother's birthday, right? And my parents kept sending stuff. They couldn't get a hold of him. He called me on my birthday, that is in June, and me and him are like, we talk here, we don't talk, we talk here, we don't talk. And so he called me on my birthday, and he's like, what's up, bro? Happy birthday. How you doing? Da-da-da-da. And he was just like telling me all this stuff that he was about to do. And he's like, bro, I'm going to become a truck driver. I'm going to be coming to Florida a lot. I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to get you out of that situation. You're going to have fun with me. We're going to go do stuff, blogs, like all this stuff. Like, he was just like so excited for this, right? So, I don't know why I'm so emotional, but I've been crying all day today. I don't even know why. I just wake up some mornings just numb. So, cut to my sister, for whatever reason, right? I said him happy birthday. He usually just says, why do you care? It's not, he doesn't like his birthdays. He just likes money, right? So, I was broke, of course, so I couldn't do nothing for him. But I did talk to him. I did text him back and forth. And he just was like, thanks, bro. I'm just, having a crappy day. So then my sister on Monday, that would have been September 2nd. No, Sunday or Saturday. I don't remember. She said, hey, have you heard from your brother? And I said, no, I haven't heard from him. And she said, check on him. You need to check on him. Something told me to check on him. Check on him. So that day, September 2nd, 2024, at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, I texted my brother. I said, hey, bro, how you doing? He said, not good. So when I heard not good, I said, I'm going to call him. So I call him. I said, what's up, bro? He's like, I'm not doing good, bro. How are you doing? And I'm like, so, nothing special. I said, just looking for work, trying to lose his weight again. And he's just like, bro, you got this. He's like, we saw your pictures before. We know you can do it. He's like, I'm not even worried about you. And then he's just like, but I'm like, enough about me. How are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm hanging in. I'm stressed out, blah, 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 blah. But I'm telling you guys, he was so happy and he was so positive and he was so the whole conversation was just about me, like what he wanted to do for me, what he wanted. He's just like, I see you doing so much with your life. I just think you need to get away from get out of your parents' house. Like he was so just like, Matthew, the problem was never you. I'm so tired of people blaming you for stuff. The problem was never you. You just were not given a fair chance in life. And so he's like, he apologized for all the abuse, all the hurt, everything. But he's done this before too. So this was nothing new. He just said, I want you to know I was never mad at you. You were never the problem. He's like, I was mad at something totally different. And we all know what. And he was like, but I love you. You're my brother. We talked from 6 o'clock all the way until 9 o'clock at night, 9:30, almost 10. And he's like, bro, I got to let you go because I got to go do something, whatever he just said. I got to let you go, right? And so I'm like, all right, bro, well, I love you. He's like, I love you. He's like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then he's just like, I love you too, bro. Because he joked around like that. He's like, what is love? Or something like that. So he's like, I love you too, bro. He's like, take care. I was like, you too. And then I'm like, let me know, when I can come up or something, right? And I'm sorry, it just makes me so angry. So then I go to sleep, right? I got off the phone with him at 9. I talked to Angel until about maybe 10? No, maybe 12, maybe 10 or 11, right? Because I know his girl called, so he had to get off the phone, and plus he had school the next morning. So I want to say maybe 12. I talked to him for a little bit. We were joking around. We were having fun. Whatever, like we always do. And then I said goodnight to him. And then I just took my pills, went to sleep. and woke up to a phone call. I had two phone calls. I had one phone call from my one sister that I don't really talk to that much because she doesn't really ever seem to want a relationship. So I was like, why is she calling me? And then when I saw the other sister that I'm super close with, that I'm always talking to, when she called me, she was like, "Good morning, how are you doing?" She was like, "Matthew, I just want to let you know." I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Are you sitting down?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "I just want to let you know that your brother killed himself last night or early this morning." And at first I thought she said he attempted to, but when she said he did it, I don't know, guys. And I remember exactly what the time said. It said 6:45 in the morning, September 3rd. I was so hurt. I was so hurt. I was so devastated. I was so emotional. So I jump up. Because, like boys like to sleep in their boxers and, whatever. So I jump up. I put a shirt on. My sister's still on the phone, but I have my phone down. So I jump up, put my pants on, run out of my room, try to go find where my parents are, see my mom, hug my mom. My mom doesn't even she does not even respond. She just looks numb. She's like, "Why are you hugging me for?" And I'm like, "What the?" Oh, I wanted to curse so bad, but I did not curse. "Why are you hugging me for?" I'm like, "What the?" And then I hugged her anyways. And then we all felt him. We all felt him. And I'm like, wait, what? And then I'm like, so I'm hugging her. And then my cute, adorable little nephew, James, and John Michael, they come on, "Hi, Grammy." And then she falls apart. She just falls apart. And she's like screaming, crying. I'm trying to hold her up. My sister's crying. My sister's trying to explain to my nephews that Grammy's sad right now. Our brother died this morning. Her son died this morning. And he's just like, he's okay, but my mom is falling apart. So then I'm like talking to my sister, and I'm just like, she's like, "I'll let you guys go. I'll talk to you later." I'm like, "Okay." And then she's all over the place. "We're getting on a plane. We're leaving right now. Matthew, you got to help us with the house." Like all this, like I knew she was emotionally drained. I could see it. And so she's all over the place, all over the place, all over the place. And then my dad is like, he comes out. I hug him. He's like, "Did you hear?" I was like, "Yes." And we just hug and embrace for a long time. And you could tell he's numb. He's in shock. And then the Uber comes, picks him up, and they leave. They go to the airport. Then my neighbor across the street, she runs over because she sees a text that my mom put in in the group chat from the church. She runs over. She falls out and starts crying because she's like, "I wanted to take them to the airport. I wanted to take them to the airport." So I have to hold her up. By this time, I've only broken down once, right? So then I go out with her. My parents leave. They get on the plane. They leave, right? We were supposed to go out already that day. We talked about that the day before. So I go out with her. We go to Walmart. I do a little bit of grocery shopping. I'm texting here or there with my sister. She calls me later. We talk. I'm still emotional. I'm in Walmart. I feel numb, guys. I feel so numb. I couldn't feel nothing. Then I roll my ankle or do something. So I end up in the ER. The doctor's looking at all my vitals. "Are you okay? Like, you look like you were just about to have a stroke or something." My neighbor's like, "His brother just died." "Oh, that makes sense. I'm sorry for your loss." I'm just like, "Okay, thank you." So then I come back home. I'm trying to collect all my thoughts. My brother and his wife and my niece are like, "We're coming over tonight. We're going to do tacos for dinner," because it was Taco Tuesday. So he's like, we're gonna do tacos for dinner. We're coming over. So I'm like, "Okay." You don't. And then my aunt's like, "You don't need to be by yourself." I call my other sister. I cry with her for about 45 minutes. We just cry. And just in my head, I'm like, is there something else that I could have said to him? Is there something else that I could have done? Was there something else that I could have got on a plane? It was in my head because for so many years, right? The last time I saw my brother face to face was when he came for my sister's wedding in 2018, right? Then my parents went up last year around this time, and they went to the pool, And my brother came with them, and he hurt his back or something. So that was the last time I saw him through FaceTime. But physically was at my sister's wedding. That was the last time. So that was 6 years ago that I saw him face to face. So then my son gets home from school. No, he's on the bus. I tell him what happens. He's emotional because he sees that I'm emotional. And then he's just like, damn, Dad, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm here for you if you want to talk about it. Of course I'm here. So, he goes home and tells his Nana. She calls me, she messages me and says, I'm sorry for your loss. That's got to be hard. And then, my cousins are calling. Everyone else is calling. Guys, I fell apart that night. I tried to tell Jama. Jama was too busy with work. Jama could not come. And I understand that, but it hurt to be by myself. Like, it's like, when you really need a best friend and they can't even come to you, it drove me crazy. I was so angry. So angry. But then my brother and his wife came over. We had tacos. We talked for hours about it. And I was so thankful they came. My niece just made me so happy. Just to see her, it just made me happy. Because we're super close. And then, I don't know, guys. I just went numb. Numb. And then for Culver's to pull their crap and be like, well, you didn't come, so you're fired. You know what? Y'all can keep your stupid, disgusting custard burgers. I don't give a crap. I don't want to work for you. Like, that's literally what I told them. You did not want to talk to me at the time because I would have went off on you. Anyways. And then I told Jama, and Jama's like, wait, what? What? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. And then she's like, why didn't you tell me I would have came? I'm like, I kept calling you. You won't pick up your phone. I'm like, I don't care about your job. Like, shoot, I needed you. Like, that just, it made me angry, that situation. I just was so distraught. I don't know. So anyways, here we are. Not even September, October, November. Oh no, September, October. 2 months later, guys. 2 months later since he's been dead. And then I had to go through baby pictures and pictures for the slideshow and everything. Okay, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll do a part 2 later. Bye-bye, guys. I'm so long. I'm sorry. Bye.